Hello everyone, John here, welcome along to another video, and today I thought we'd have a look at some legato, and I just played a few of the examples we're going to learn over the next few video lessons. Haven't quite decided how many to do yet, maybe I'll do 3, but I'm going to cover quite a few techniques which you can do with legato. Today I'm going to cover just 2. One is something called tumbling, and I've made that name up, by the way. So it's called tumbling, and the next thing is going to be circular vibrato, all right? But we're also going to focus on starting and stopping legato, and we'll also have a look at starting and stopping on chord tones, and also how to get into legato runs, which is important, you know, because you can't just play legato all the time. You need some little connecting phrases and some bends. So we'll have a look at that. Right, so that all being said, I'm assuming for this video that you kind of know what legato is and you've had a go and your legato is okay. You can hammer on and pull off, all right? And also for this video, I'm really just for the moment, just so you can see how these kind of examples work simply, is I'm going to keep to one string. And first of all, the chords I'm playing in the background are a 1, 6, 2, 5 in A. I'm playing A major, all right, F sharp, B minor and E. I haven't played that because my guitar's on distortion at the moment and it will sound really bad. But anyway, they're the chords. Now, what I'm going to do first of all is here are the notes from A major. All right, they're A, B, C sharp, D, E, F sharp and G sharp. Right, so if we play that on the guitar on the single string, I'm going to play it just on the high E string. We have this. Here's an A, B, C sharp, D, E, F sharp, G sharp and A. All right. So when we're doing these legato lines, you're really using a major scale, and hopefully 3 notes per string too to connect them up. So that's the scale. Now, what you can do to get your legato lines is you want to kind of connect those together. So instead of playing with one finger, you want to do this. So you're playing A, B, C sharp, all right? Then you move up to the next one, which is B, C sharp, D, and then C sharp, D, E, and then carry on. So that's D, E, F sharp, E, F sharp, G sharp, and then F sharp. So once you've got that, that's the scale you're going to use. And what we have to do with that is play it with legato. Now, obviously you can hammer on or you can pull off. So if I start, I'm going to start on this F sharp here. On the 14th fret, and what we can do is you can pull off and then slide back to the next note, all right, and then once you get to that bit you're hammering on again. So you pull off, slide back to 9, 10, 12. Then when you pull off again, you pull off that same shape, 12, 10, 9, but you slide back to the next one, which is 7 here, all right? Let me do that slowly just so you can see. And then you carry on. So what happens is, when you do that, you end up with something. You'll end up with a nice cascade if you can. So my teacher used to tell me with legato, imagine you're in a Wembley Stadium or something like that, and you've got to make the people at the back hear it. So it should be kind of the same as picking, or thereabouts, you know, that kind of level anyway. So so that's the first little thing you can do. Just make sure you can get that on one string, connect those shapes up. That's really, really good. All right, now on to our first little technique, and I'm just going to play it through for you. This is what I call tumbling. So have a listen to it, and then we'll have a look at how it works. Right, there we go. That's something I call tumbling. I made that up, by the way. I don't think it exists. But what you're really doing is, if we start on that little shape that we were doing before, now what we're doing, instead of having a smooth thing like this, what we're going to do is we're going to stop kind of at every note. So what we're doing here, you're doing the same idea. Pull off 14, 12, 10, right? And slide back, so that's the same. But then you're going to pause on that next note that you would normally go, you know. So we're pausing on that next note down from where you started, and you go through the whole thing like that. So let me show you, hopefully. So can you see I'm not kind of doing it fast, and there's no phrasing in that. So it's... finishing on that A, alright, so let me do that one time. So that's kind of a good little thing you can do, and it makes your phrases sound really good. Joe uses this a lot, so you can use that. That's really good. You can also kind of tumble with two, so at the moment I was doing that, you could go. So did you see I didn't pause on that second note down, I paused on that third note down, so I kept the run going. Then I paused there instead of going. So, but you can kind of mix and match those ideas. So hopefully that helps on one string. I think it's easier to do it with one string, because when you start descending it looks really complicated, but these are the ideas anyway. Okie dokie. Right, now next thing I'm going to do is something called circular legato. Joe Satriani uses this all the time, and it's a really good trick for sounding really fast, you know, and manic, and you think, wow, you know, what's going on there? So let's have a listen to this. What I'm going to do at the end is I'm going to mix the circular legato with what we just did with some tumbling legato, and you can kind of see how they may fit together, these two things. I know that seems, you know, impossibly difficult, but it's not too bad when you get the hang of it. So you're basically, what you're doing here is, I'm going to start in the same place, 14, 12, 10, all right? So we're pulling off exactly the same as we've always been doing. Then we're going to slide back to 9, 10, 12. All right, so far we've got this. And then we're going to pull off. But this time, instead of going backwards, we're going to go up again. So let me show you slowly. All right, so you have this kind of thing. Slide back up to 10, 12, 14, pull off 14, 12. So you get this circular movement, and you can carry on forever doing that. I'll just speed it up a little bit. All right. Now, what I was doing on the example was I was finishing on an A note because the song is key of A. Sorry. All right. So there's a circular legato. You can kind of do that on any set of strings. Obviously, like if you do it here, it might be a little bit harder because the move is farther to slide back, and you've always got the chance of going or something like that, you know. So that's the circular legato. It's really useful. That I should mention as well. Just be careful with legato. Always keep the strings covered, the ones that you're not playing. Otherwise, it's going to sound like that. You know, sound really bad. So just try that. See if you can get that. Now, now towards the end, what I did was I started mixing the tumbling. So we're doing exactly the same thing, same scale. So let me just see if I'll do an example. So that one there, you know, you can keep the legato going. It's up to you, really, you know, what you want to do, how much you want to play it. So you can have a little flurry. And then you can kind of adjust what you want to do in terms of the, you know, the tumbling down. But I think that sounds really good if you kind of mix these things together. And just make sure you're landing on that A note at the end. Okay, so there we go. That's today's lesson on legato. So we've covered tumbling, what I call tumbling, and circular legato, and see if you can put those two little ideas together. So what we'll do in the next video is we'll cover starting and stopping legato, which is a bit more jerky but still sounds cool, and we'll also have a look at kind of connecting these legato runs, and we'll also have a look at how you start descending the strings and putting these ideas out together. So have some fun with that. Do let me know how you get on. I'd love to hear from you. And if you can subscribe, that would be really good. And I'll see you in the next video.